Hi you guys, it's Nicole here. And I am going to do a little video today that I've been meaning to do for a while now. And it's just kind of giving, I guess if you're just here to see what it's all about, it'll kind of give you some information. And then if you're a parent that has a child that's struggling to communicate with you, this is the way that Diesel, one of the first main ways that he figured out how to communicate with us. So he was diagnosed with autism at age 3, almost exactly at age 3, maybe a month before he turned 3. I think if I would have to look at the exact dates, but around that time frame. And the only way that he communicated with us is if he wanted something to eat, he would physically grab our hands and pull us to the cupboards or the fridge, or if he wanted a toy or whatever, he would physically grab us and lead us to what he wanted, and we would have to try to guess what he wanted. So say he took us to the cupboards for something to eat, I would have to kind of pull out an item and say, do you want some toast? And the way he communicated yes was just by standing there and looking at you. Just like that. Like, he would not move at all. He would just stay still and look at you if his answer was yes. And if it was no, he would kind of like just make like a grumbling, like he would make a noise or whatever. But the yes was like 0 response, and that meant yes. So, you know, I tried teaching him how to point to things, and that didn't, he never took to it. You know, shaking his head no and yes, I would do that and hope that he would imitate me. And he wouldn't. He would not do any of that stuff. So it's pretty much just, if it was, the answer was yes, he would just stay still. And other than that, he would lead us to what he wanted. So that makes, you know, he really did not throw a lot of tantrums or get very upset very often. I think I was fairly good at reading and figuring out what he wants, and he has a very easygoing personality. That's just who he is. So that made it a little bit easier. So anyways, let me get to what this video's about. And it is just like a DIY tutorial, or just give you an idea of how to make first PECS cards for communication. So the first thing, after he was diagnosed, he started ABA therapy, and he goes there still. He goes 40 hours a week and gets ABA therapy. And you know, and I also tried sign language with him, like more. I would look up little things trying to get him to do it, and he just would not imitate it at that time. He wouldn't imitate pointing or anything. So, you know, they started talking about like, what can we do to, well, I guess it was like trying to figure out like what he should be communicating, like what he needs to communicate. And at one of the meetings, I said, you know what, he really needs a way to tell people that he's all done or no more, or he's just done with it. He loves people being really exciting and running around and chasing and tickling, and he loves physical play. But you could tell, like I could read him and tell when he's had enough. Like I could just tell by his facial expressions. Even if he was laughing, I could tell that he had had enough. But other people really, you just don't pick up on it unless you know him really well. So I said he needs a way to communicate that he's all done with something. So the head therapist, she suggested taking just a plain index card like this, just a plain white sheet, and teaching him that when he was all done with something, he could just hand this to whoever he wanted to indicate that to. And it was amazing. He picked that up so fast. He had that down in like a day or 2. So I suggest that. It's a very important thing, I feel like, for kids to be able to communicate when they don't want to do something or that they're all done. So he was not picking up, shaking the head no at that time or anything like that. So physically grabbing the card and giving it to someone, he caught on to that. Okay, so anyways, easy PECS cards. So, all's in another meeting, the director at his school suggested just making easy cards, easy PECS cards. All you need is white index cards, some tape, and then some of this 3M magnetic, it's like magnets, pretty much, like magnet stickers. And you can undo it and you can cut it to whatever size you want. So all we did, we took his favorite foods and drinks and everything like that. So milk, crackers, French toast sticks, granola bars, pancakes, his ultimate favorite, beef jerky, beef sauce, summer sausage, I should say, you know, animal crackers, pizza, and Cinnamon Toast Crunch, okay? And we would just cut off, as you can see, this was just the label on it, or you cut out a picture from the product, and if it's something like a fruit, strawberries or whatever, you can print off a picture and tape that onto the index card. And then you just take some of the magnet strip and put it on the back there. See how easy that is? So we would take these and we would just have whatever food we had in the house available to him, we would just stick it to the fridge. So we would stick to the fridge whatever we had available in the beginning. And so anytime he would hand us the card, we would get it to him. And that is key. So when they are starting something new and you're introducing something new, you don't say no. If it's at all possible, you give it to them, you get it for them. If they're doing the initiative as, you know, communicating with you, you want the response to be like, yes, I'm gonna get you that. And he caught on to that so quickly. You know, I know a lot of people get like I don't know, like the books of PECS cards or whatever, the official PECS cards. And I think like, at least for us in this day and age, I see like you should try to transition to an iPad, a communication device eventually, you know, if at all possible for your child. I just feel like that's way easier. You can add you can add absolutely anything you want to the communication device. So I didn't want to even start the official PECS system. I just wanted to do some of these things that we needed. You could actually, like, you know, take pictures of places you want to go that is your child's favorite place to go, and you could put that on the fridge and they could grab that if it's an option for them. So you could do that too and just print out the picture and tape it and put it on the fridge. So that is one of the first ways that Diesel learned how to communicate. So I just wanted to kind of go over that with you guys and share that with you. It was so exciting when he understood and that he could actually hand us this. And I think it's the physical movement of actually getting it and handing it to us that clicks in his brain that says, I'm communicating exactly what I want. And so when he would hand us a card like this, it would be the milk. You know, we would say, you want, like we would say, milk? Yes, milk. You know, so you're trying to always encourage vocalization and speech. You know, so you wouldn't just take it silently and get it for him. And then if, you know, you could try to prompt him to try to have him say milk, you know, or say it a couple times, just like milk. Yes, milk. So yeah, there you go. And that kind of led him on the road to other forms of communication, which include some sign language, and then also now his iPad, his communication device. So I think this video will probably be a little bit too long if I talk about all that stuff. I just wanted to give you a quick little idea of easy PECS cards that you can just DIY yourself at home and help your kiddo communicate with you and let you know what they want. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I will talk to you later next time. Leave any comments or questions below, and I will try to answer those for you. If you have any specific questions about Diesel or about other communication issues, leave a question below. Thanks so much. Bye.